I think.
Yes, Be'ezrat Hashem, Pasuk Kazayin. But before Pasuk Kazayin, I want to go back to yesterday's Pasuk. התעוררתי במשהו, I was thinking about something that I didn't address and I didn't think about so much. And I remember that the Gaon doesn't address it, but I think it's worth bringing to our attention. The Gaon connects Busha, right, which is an internal feeling, to the Av, to the Meshaded Av, right? And Hafira, right, disgrace, to Yavriach Em, right? To the fly, like the behavior of the mother and throwing her out. Usually, who's outside and who's in? Usually, the Av is outside and the M is inside. So look at how the Ben, right? This boy, how bad he is. Is that he brings the chutzpah from outside inside to shame the father. And he doesn't stop here. He exposes his mother outside. Which got me to think about the chisaron here. The problem. The problem is that he has his priorities completely upside down. Right? I say that's what we've learned. Yes. Why? Because you use your body for the wrong purpose and your neshama for the wrong purpose. So you have your priorities off. Yeah. So when you flip around the ma'arechet, the system, where when what needs to be in is out and what needs to be out is in, that's when you become such a dangerous individual. And I think that's a very important message that we need to add on to this pasuk. That the problem of that Ben is that, and it's the same thing with the avodah zarah, like that the Gaon brings from Yeshaya. Yes, they worship a tree. Yes, that doesn't bear any fruits. Specifically, yes, because what are they saying? They're saying, I want the benefit of avodah zarah in olam haba, not in this world. So they're challenging, yeah, the physicality, the spirituality, by saying that whatever is physical can be spiritual. That's avodah zarah. It's elevating something that's physical and limited to a place of divinity and infinity and spirituality. Yes, and then what we're taking, we're saying, and the ganot, what is it? Is that you want to benefit from the reward in this world. So the reward that's supposed to be spiritual, and a real reward is something that's infinite. You want it now ba'olam hazeh. You want it now in right away through the ta'avot. That's the ganot, right? The ganot is the gardens that are making all these fruits, and that is immediate. The pleasure that is immediate. This pasuk, yes, Ani.
But the tree is spiritual. That's why we say a blessing when we eat the fruits of the tree.
No. You bless HaKadosh Baruch Hu for the fruit of the tree. They used to worship a tree that specifically that didn't have fruits.
Not for Hashem, for the tree.
For the tree, that was avodah zarah.
Ah.
But why a tree that doesn't bear fruits? to say we don't want anything in this world. We want anything. We want the reward in Olam Haba. So they were saying, I want the reward of Avodah Zarah in this world in Olam Haba. Everything
Crazy.
upside down. Everything upside down. Everything upside down.
So you believe in Olam Haba? You believe there is Olam?
Exactly. You believe in Olam Haba, but what are you saying? I believe in Olam Haba through the avodah of Azara of the tree. Yes, and that is the absurd, and the problem of this behavior. It's more, yes, it's expressed in a grotesque way, by addressing the avodah zarah and the Hurban, like the other ones. But in essence, the problem is what? The problem is to address the wrong attention and give the wrong things, the wrong priorities. For example, when you want your wife to be exposed outside, yes, essentially that's the same avodah zarah. When you bring nonsense in your home, when you bring the machloket in your home, you bring tuma in your home, it's the same concept. Oto davar. When you do mitzvot, yes, but you want the reward in this world, the same thing. Yes, when you do something wrong and you expect a reward for it, eh, yeah, it's all messed up. That's the problem of the ben. Meaning, if you don't teach, and that's the chinuch that I took out. If you don't teach, yes, the proper priorities and respect of the environment to your children by applying it yourself, then you're messing up their hierarchy. Yes, and suddenly what's not important can become important. What's important is not important. What's secondary becomes primary. Primary and secondary. What's emet sheker, sheker emet. And then you bring to you bring to the world this type of individual. That's what I wanted to add. Okay, Mechila. Yes, when if a person, yes, um, promotes or validates the lack of tzniut of his wife outside, yes, is exactly like this over there Avodah Zarah. That's exactly what Shlomo HaMelech is talking about. Okay, Yavriach em. That's why Yavriach em. You're exposed the pnimiut outside. Okay? And when you bring the shtuyot of your phone in your Bet Mikdash Katan, that's exactly Meshaded Av. Yes, you bring the chutzpah inside. So it's not, this concept cannot just be applied for all these bulky concepts of Avodah Zarah, Churban Bet HaMikdash. In the way we behave and what we tolerate and what we don't tolerate and what we accept and what we don't accept, we also apply that same mistake. And Kavzain. הדל בני לשמוע מוסר, לשגות מאמרי דעת, don't stop my son from listening to Musar, ולשגות מאמרי דעת, and from receiving, from absorbing, right, the words of da'at. Says the Gaon, a father has to teach his son to learn lessons that are happening around him. So he says, the father tells him, you know why the lets that we spoke about in the la shurim gets punished and gets hit physically, so that the petty can learn from, right? So you learn musar, yes, so that everything you see around you, you can learn from, yes, meaning that even what the petty learns from the lads, you as learning musar, you also learn, but you're learning it from the musar that you get, right? Meaning you open your eyes to an awareness that goes beyond just a situation that you see, but what you learn from the situation, it has an impact on. That's how far the musar gets you, right? So the impact that situation had on a person is in itself a limud for you. And that's why he says, Hadal benim lishmoa musar, says the Gaon, you know, the punishment of the lets is not for the petty, it's for you. Right? You understand? That's the musar. That your ability to learn musar now makes you learn from situations that are even not even directed towards you. ולשגות אמרי דעת. So now what did we turn musar into? Be careful. Chokhmah. It's knowledge. It's information. Because what are we saying? That your musar, yes, now opens your eyes and your awareness to all the information that's around you, even information that's not directly targeted towards you, or that is not really relevant to you. The musar makes it now relevant, right? For example, like what? Learn about the punishment of the lets because it's really talking to you. When we said earlier that the punishment of the let is not talking to the Lomed Musar, it's talking to the petty. So the Musar turns all the information that's around you into knowledge, into Chokhmah. You understand? This is very powerful. Ve'imre da'at. Now, when you have the Chokhmah, ve'lishgot imre da'at. The imre da'at is the Binah. Yes, it's what now you can apply. Yes, the ma'amare da'at. Yes, the avodat da'at to use your bina. Yes, and translate the information that you get from the musar, which is chokhmah, into practical lessons for yourself. Good. Again. I'm very focused. Yeah, whatever lesson is relevant to me, I learn. What is not relevant to me, I don't learn. Yes, that's why the punishment of a rasha has to do with me. Not nothing to do with me. Comes the Gaon, says Shlomo Melech, and tells you when you learn the Musar, yes, now even from something that has nothing to do with you, it becomes knowledge. It becomes chokhmah. So now suddenly every situation is a source of information to you, relevant to you. And the imre dat, right? The words of dat meaning the application, using your da'at, yes, or wanting to know what to do, wanting da'at will now trigger your bina to assess the information and not just list it as information, but translate it into practical information to you.
But Shem Tov said that everything you see or hear, you have to learn something.
Yes, yes,
It's the same concept.
yes, the same concept. Same concept. But here, yes, same concept, same concept.
But if Musar is discipline, so the discipline brings you that.
The discipline that brings you an awareness that makes you now take every information that's around you, relevant or not, yes, that triggers now your da'at, your imre da'at, to want to know how this is applicable to you, and that's how you use the bina and process the information that you've got, which is the chokhmah, which in sense, right, is the musar, because it's all musar. Good. Pasuk kafhet. Ed Belial Yalitz Mishpat. Yes, Ed, a witness that lies. Yalitz Mishpat. It twists justice, it twists it around. Upiv Esharim Yevala Aven, and the words and the mouth of the wicked, Yevala Aven, Mavlia, he hides, yes, the sins. Says the Gaon, the 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 the, the trait of Ed Shaker, of a Ed Belial, of a witness that's willing to witness, lies, testify on lies, is somebody that doesn't carry the all Malchut Shamayim and doesn't care about the mitzvot and doesn't see the mitzvot Hashem are commandments from Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Again, somebody that's willing to testify, that's able to testify lies, is somebody that doesn't see the Dvar Hashem in the mitzvot. He doesn't see in the mitzvot a commandment, a direct commandment from Hashem, and doesn't care to carry the responsibility of the Torah. All Malchut Shamayim. So what did he take? What does he take away? He takes away the element of divinity of Hashem in the Torah and in the application of the mitzvot. When you don't, meaning when you don't have Yirat Shamayim, when you don't see Hashem in front of you, and you don't carry His responsibility, yes, you will lie in front of a judge. And it's simple.
Rabbi, it could cause you to be kofel, right?
Barur, but that's that. Yes, barur. That's another layer, but yes. But in the beginning, it's simple, because if you don't see Hashem in front of you, then what's the difference if you lie or not?
Rabbi, could you elaborate on Ol Malchut Shamayim?
All Malchut Shamayim is carrying the responsibility of the torch you carry of Hashem. It means that your behavior and your mindset is founded on the responsibility of carrying the name of God, protecting the name of God.
So basically, you're a representative.
Yes, you're an ambassador. You're an ambassador. Correct. That's all Malchut Shamayim. So when you don't have that, and in the mitzvot you don't see the benefit, right, of the spiritual benefit or the extension of what it means or from who the mitzvot come from, then all that matters is your immediate benefit, nothing else. And at that point, yes, you have no problem lying. Even though lying is a logical thing not to do, right? You don't need to be a religious, or you don't need to be ma'amin to know that lying is bad. Yes? But when you have the all malchut and you're porek all, right? When you reject that responsibility and you reject the idea that the mitzvot of the Torah are divine, that position that you actively take is what leads you to be able to also take an active position of a lie. Because that's what a lie is. You're lying to yourself by rejecting the Ol Malchut Shamayim and rejecting the divinity of the mitzvot. So you can now reject the emet and choose the sheker. Yes? It's just the same behavior. So now, how far is that going to go? Says the Gaon Mivilna. Yes, very simple. Now, Yalis Mishpat. What does that mean, Yalis Mishpat? He's going to take the Torah and he's going to come out with new ideas. The Torah doesn't really say that. That's not really a mitzvah that's applicable today. You start twisting things and finding lenience and new interpretations of the Torah, yes, that fit your personal interest and your leisure. And the parables, the Torah it has a remez that this is you can do and this you cannot do. You know, today, this is what we call reformism. The reformists, the conservatives, all those that create, yes, new interpretations, and it comes from that. It's because they separated the Ol Malchut Shamayim, right? The divinity of that or the all the responsibility that we have to carry to to keep on teaching and representing the Torah and Hakadosh Baruch Hu on one hand, and also the spirituality and divinity aspect of the mitzvot. Yeah, so they walked away from all this. And now they have the ability to say sheker from the Torah and bring out all those chidushim that don't exist. And they will bring you proof to it. They'll say, what do you mean? There's a remez. There's a hint from the Torah. There's a sign from the Torah that what I say is true. They don't reject the Torah. They twist it. They twist it. Yes. Because now you have no moral responsibility to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Yalitz mishpat. He עושה מליצה במשפט. He takes the משפט, he takes the Torah, and עושה מליצה, and he makes a joke out of it. He starts, yes, proving that, like finding reasons in the Torah why his behavior is right, why it's okay to do this, why there's no problem with Shabbat, there's no problem with marrying a goy, there's no problem with like all these new ideas, yes. ופי רשעים יבלע אבן. right? And the mouth of the Rashaim swallow or hide, right, their sin. And the Reshaim, meaning when you take that approach further, like Matan say, you end up being a kofar. You you end up becoming Rasha, right? You want to do Averot and you want to rebel against HaKadosh Baruch Hu. At that point, you cannot bring me melitzot, you cannot bring me bekorot from the Torah or twists from the Torah, right? That will justify, yes, this behavior, how far you're going. So the melitza is not the melitza doesn't work anymore. So what happens? How do you satisfy yourself? How do you appease yourself? Ivala aven. That's not the avera. Who said that's an avera? Who said that's an avera? Hey? That's how far he goes now. Yes. It's not to me. It's not avera. I don't know what you're talking about. This is the importance of the kedusha. This is the importance of Yirat Hashem. This is the importance of developing a vibrant interaction with Hashem. Fear of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Be sensitive to holiness. Be sensitive to tahara, to kedusha. Because the moment you take away that dimension of the Torah, yes, it's a free-for-all. And that's when you can start losing focus. People that bring laicity to the Torah and all they care about is what their intellectual assessment really understands, and what they don't understand, or what's too spiritual or what's not graspable, they reject. They are on the path of that pasuk. And the Gaon, okay, so Melech concludes this perek, pasuk kaftet. נכונו ללצים שפטים. כן. So, נכונו ללצים שפטים. The letzim, yes, have in place for them shefatim, punishment, justice. ומהלומות, כן, לגב, I cannot see, לגב כסילים, and מהלומות, trouble, לגב כסילים, is at the back of the gav of the kisilim of the dulot. Brian, what's the difference between a letz and a ksil?
The Ksil, the Ksil is the one who. In which concept? There's many different concepts we learned. He's talking about
No, but as in their behaviors.
the Ksil knows and does it on purpose.
Yes. Okay.
The
Good.
let's is the stupid one.
That's right.
Well, the not stupid, but
Yeah.
doesn't care to know.
So,
I was always good at that as a kid, Rabbi, in class.
okay, but let's see if you're right or not. Okay. okay. Alors, Nachon, you may have made a statement a little too fast. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. נכונו ללצים שפטים, right? The punishment of the let's is prepared for him. Says the Gaon where? בעולם הבא. Right? And what's the punishment? On the neshama. ומהלומות לגב כסילים, right? And the trouble to the back of the ksil, that's the punishment, referring to the body. And that punishment is bakever, right? Inside the grave. The Gaon explains. He says like this. It's based on a pasuk in Eov and a pirush that he gives in Yeshaya, Perek He pasuk Kaf. Eov says, "Yigalu shamayim avono ve'eretz mitkomema lo." Right? The heavens will reveal his sins, and the earth, yes, will punish him. Avono, says the Gaon like this, is referring to the onesh, to the actual punishment. Like he says, Gadol avoni mineso. So how does that work? Says the Gaon. Akadosh Baruch Hu is gozer. The person makes an action, whatever. Akadosh Baruch Hu is gozer, decrees a punishment, onesh. So that punishment comes to Shamayim. Okay? That the Gaon calls Olam HaTichon, the in-between worlds. So he goes from the Kisei HaKavod, the judgment, then he goes down to Shamayim, and Shamayim la'aretz, then it goes from heavens to earth, and the eretz punishes, and the eretz osadim. So that's how it works. There's a gzera b'shamayim. Hashem makes a gzera, then he sends a pkuda, a commandment, to Shamayim, and now the Shamayim sends to eretz, and the eretz now applies the punishment. And the eretz, two things happen. The eretz will punish the body, right? And whatever is in the Olam HaTichon, in the Shamayim, that's what punishes the neshama. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu splits the punishment into two, into a spiritual punishment and into a physical punishment. The let's is the one that gets the spiritual punishment. The spiritual punishment is focused on the behavior of the let's, versus the ksil, yes, which is punishment is focused on the body. What's the let's is the opposite of what? Of the Torah, of the Chokhmah, the Torah, right? Where the ksil is the opposite of the Chokhmah.
Doesn't the Torah represent Chokhmah?
No, the Torah is commandments, is behavioral, is what you have to do. Yes? The let's doesn't do. Right? The ksil doesn't think. He could think, but he doesn't. So the ksil rejects the chokhmah, where the let's rejects the obligation of the Torah. Yes, what the Torah represents. So because he rejects the Torah, the let's punishment is what? Torah b'shamayim. It's shamayim, the punishment of the neshama. where the ksil that rejects the chokhmah is to live in this world with even without spirituality, right? The punishment is the body. To come and teach us, yes, to the continuation of what we've learned in those psukim. That when you reject the Torah, which is Torah min hashamayim, you reject the kedusha shel advarim to the point where you belittle things. You're let, you're full, yes. Then you're damaging your neshama. So the punishment will be at the level of neshama. When you reject chokhmah, which is accessible to you, which is here to help satisfy, elevate your body and your physical responsibilities in this world, and you're exil, you're dullard, yes, then the punishment is on the body. Midah keneged midah. So a man has a dual responsibility to address chokhmah properly, but also to understand the responsibility he carries, right? Being part of Am Israel that has received the Torah. Now, there's a chesed in the way HaKadosh Baruch Hu splits the punishment. Why? Because you have room to fix individually the neshama or the body, which will help you do now a tikkun and fix what has been damaged. כן? טוב, not לעמוד על הפרק, we're going to read the first pasuk of בשעה טובה, פרק כ'. לץ היין הומה שחר, וכל שוגבו לא יחכם. Wine is like a let's. We understand it, Be'ezrat Hashem, that's what he means by that.
What's the inyan of לעמוד בפרק?
It's not good to finish. When you finish a perek or
Why?
is a kitrug. It's like as if you're saying that the Torah has an end. The Torah never finishes. So you finish and you start something else right away. Even as a siman that you,
Is that why we
that's a
read
pasuk in
Sefer
Melachim.
Bereshit right after?
Yes. Yeah. We learn this from Melachim. Tov.
Thank you.
Have a beautiful, beautiful day. בעזרת השם.
אמן, וכן אומר.
ביי,
יום טוב.
בהצלחה, בשורות טובות.
אמן, תודה.